was. It was a nice family dinner. What a nice family dinner. What a nice family dinner it was. Everyone brought delicious food. What delicious food. Everyone. What a delicious food. What a delicious food. What a delicious food brought everyone. It was a fabulous meal. What a fabulous meal. What a fabulous meal it was. Interesting relatives came. What interesting relatives. What interesting relatives came. People told amusing jokes at the table. What amusing jokes. What amusing jokes people told. I had a good talk with Susanne. What a good talk. What a good talk I had. There were terrible arguments told. What a terrible argument. What a terrible argument there were. The children played noisy games. What a noisy game. What a noisy game they played. But everyone had a good time. What a good time. What a good time everyone had. Read. Preparation is key to job interview. Within the first 5 minutes of your interview for a job, business recruiters often make up their minds whether you are to be hired. That, at least, is the finding of Michael Malloy, head of the Job Recruitment Division of Arthur Sanderson and Corporation, one of the nation's leading accounting firms. Millions of you are now out of school, finished with your formal training, whether it be from a high school, college, graduate school, technical or trade school. Most of you have not yet obtained what you would consider your first permanent job. Most of you are just starting to look. Most of you have been told the basics of hunting for a job, but you are still frightened, uncertain, wishing you had more guides. Okay, what do job interviewers look for in you, a job candidate? Molloy advises that first, thorough preparation is the key to making first impressions work in your favor. Before you go for the interview, look deep within yourself. Be honest with your own weaknesses as well as your strengths. Ask yourself, if I were in the employer's seat, would I pay someone with my background the salary I want and I'm asking? If your honest answer is no, lower your expectation at this point. Dress for the job you want. If your aim is to work for a conservative bank, and that's where you are being interviewed, don't wear a flashy bow tie or a sleek skirt. The person interviewing you wants to see if you look, as well as speak and perform, as a serious business person is expected to look. As a girl applying for a job in a newspaper sitting room filled with men, I wore only dark-colored, high-necked dresses with familiar white collars and cuffs. wash it, and I run it every day. It was a uniform deliberately formed to downplay my undeniable sex difference. Do your homework about the company you are asking to join. Find out what you can about its size, what it produces, its position in the market, which aspects of its operations fit your particular interest or talent. Get whatever literature you can from the company's information department. Check the public library, financial reference books. Don't be caught unfamiliar with a fact you should know. Prepare a short, well-organized outline of your past experience and future goals. At some point during most interviews, you will be asked to say something about yourself. This is no time to blush or stammer. Be prepared. You might even rehearse your brief speech before your family or friends. If you have an obvious shortcoming, poor grades in some subject, or an earlier job that you left abruptly after only a few months, bring it up yourself and explain the circumstances. Don't permit the interviewer to spring the subject on you. Take it for granted that the personal director interviewing you has uncovered your faults as well as a superior qualifications. The fundamental message here is to disarm the interviewer and to peel up the credits on your side. Of course, interviewers know it's discriminatory to ask directly about your material status, about your marital status, religion, child-rearing plans, etc. And they will be cautious about opening their company to a lawsuit on the basis of discrimination. But some may ask the forbidden questions in a roundabout way and talk you into a corner. The best way to handle this delicate situation is to try to find out what is behind the awkward questions. For instance, who takes care of your children while you are working? A subtle ploy is to turn the question around. With extreme politeness, you might ask, do you inquire because there is a lot of travel or overtime connected with this job? That doesn't antagonize the interviewer, but now he or she is on the spot, not you. Finally, mother told me